Hello, my name is Roxanne Casillas, and I decided to do this semester's teacher topic on Alexander Hamilton's economic ideals. Alexander Hamilton was born January 11th, either 1757 or 1756. They're not really sure which year it was. Some documents say it was 1756, others say it was 1757, but most people agree with 1757. He entered King's College in New York in 1773, and he would later go on to serve as a volunteer in the American Revolution and would be recruited by Washington. Before I get into Hamilton's economic ideals, I'd like to give you some background information about the state the United States was in the 1700s. So, because of the American Revolution, the federal government was in a huge debt. An estimate of $54 million was owed by the government, not including another $25 million owed by the state. To solve this issue, the Treasury Secretary at the time, Alexander Hamilton, was put to the task of solving the economic crisis. Hamilton's ideals were greatly influenced by his experiences at war. He learned that people are selfish and will always look to put their needs before others, even if it's for the greater good. He did not trust the states to have so much power and for the citizens to have so much influence over the decisions of the state government. He wanted the federal government to have most of the power, and for only a small number of educated people to be making the decisions for the country. The United States had just fought a war that left them in great national debt, and Hamilton was in a rush to keep the United States in the eyes of the world as a force to be reckoned with. So he began by proposing the United States pay off the debt by creating a sinking fund, based on the method used by the British government. He also proposed offering to trade the old bonds with various interest rates for new long-term federal bonds with better rates. He wanted to achieve a strong central government that was ready to finance the United States in case of a crisis. This is one of the biggest differences between Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton. Jefferson was afraid of concentrating all power in the central government. In April 1790, Thomas Jefferson and James Madison were able to defeat Hamilton's assumption proposal by claiming that Hamilton was a fanatic of the old British ways and of the government, including his idea of a national bank. Later on, Hamilton would be persuaded to lower his budget for the proposal and to move the capital to Virginia, when it was more appealing to Jefferson and Madison. Hamilton also contributed with the idea of taxation to raise funds for national debt, and included the idea of a national bank molded by the Bank of England. It would accept deposits, issue bank notes, and loans to the government. Hamilton wanted to make the bank 5 times the size of all commercial banks, with the ability to interact nationwide. Hamilton wanted the United States to have a strong economy. He wanted to move away from an agricultural nation to a nation who emphasized in manufacturing and held a strong place in trade and economics. He eventually wanted to increase the country's wealth. He led efforts to reform the Articles of Confederation. He helped promote the Constitutional Convention of 1787. He also inspired the first American political party. In July 1804, Hamilton was shot by New Jersey's Vice President Aaron Burr, who was Hamilton's political nemesis. He ends up dying the day after. His ideals were very similar to the way the United States functions now, and it makes sense that he is referred to as the man who made modern America. And that concludes my presentation. Here's my bibliography, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.